Welcome back. The Rehoboth Town Council finally got approval from Cabinet for the alienation scheme of properties in Block E, Rehoboth. The project has a long history and it was one of the key priority areas addressed during the Land and Housing Development Conference that took place last year. We're now joined by the Public Relations Officer Pieters and Councillor Jacky Khariseb, both from the Rehoboth Town Council, to expand further on this. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome.
Good evening. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Perhaps to start with, Desiree, provide us just with a brief background about, this alienation scheme.
Thank you so much for having us here. The alienation scheme is one of the major achievements of Rehoboth Town Council as we speak now, because it is has quite a deep historical background. It coming from the apartheid regime, and finally the houses are now the properties are now being handed over to the beneficiaries. So I will give over to my honorable councillor to give the background of how these houses started and how these communities has ended up in Block E from the western side of Rehoboth. And finally how much we work towards the step that we are now at, finally giving the people title deeds over these properties.
Awesome.
It's a major achievement for us as the town council.
Please expand on that.
Yeah, we have been struggling with this. Our people were living in what we now call the One-Up Park, and they were forcefully removed by the previous apartheid regime, and they were put down in what we now know as Block E. And then the then government built some brick houses, I think around 358 brick houses, and they could not accommodate all of the residents that were forcefully removed. And then there was another set of properties that was built, of shacks, that was called the Hansdiergat 51 houses, and then the Erwin, those were the Block A locations. And when after independence, in all other towns, the houses that belonged to the previous government was alienated to those that were forcefully removed. But in Rehoboth, it did not happen. Various councils before us tried to have this alienation program in place so that the people of Rehoboth, particularly Block A, should get their houses, but it was very difficult. Finally, with some assistance from our regional governor, Salmon Mentos April, the regional council and not the regional council, but the council, town council, and under my portfolio, which is land delivery, we were able to get approval through the Minister of Moort, as well as the Finance Minister, and then finally we got approval from Cabinet, and it was signed into law by the President. So it's a happy moment for us.
Of course it is. 609 houses to be
Properties,
exact.
yes.
Yeah. Tell us about the significance of this.
You know, it's when you give someone a roof over their head, you are restoring the dignity. These people have been living there since 1978, when they were forcefully removed, but they were not owners of this property. Finally, the Namibian government saw the need through us, the town council, and they wrote off 26,652,000. And then we are so happy now. We are busy with the registration and confirmation of those that live there, and we are hoping to hand over these houses just before Christmas.
Oh my goodness, that's going to be so lovely. What an achievement indeed. Desiree, what measures are being implemented to ensure, the sustainability of the alienation scheme, and also debt management, to avoid that the beneficiaries end up, in debt moving forward?
Thank you. One of the main reasons why this alienation was a struggle to hand these properties over was because of the accumulation of historical debt. So people were unable to pay. So currently, the Cabinet approved us to, as it was mentioned, write off the 26 million. So Council will now assist the beneficiaries with getting these properties on their names. So Council will cover this 57 million that will be paid over for the people to get their title deeds. And basically it means that the homeowners will start from zero. The balance will be moved over to zero. And then the town council will also install prepaid water meters and electricity meters. That was also being granted to us, donated to us, or it is part of the government program. So that's also for free. Normally prepaid meters are about 4,000 that we have to pay, but now our people are getting it for free. And yesterday when we were breaking this news, I too was crying because the people were so happy and everybody was just ecstatic. It was So that is basically, so for the debt management, what we will do is, these houses are also not for sale for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
They will not be able to sell it or lease it. So there is very strict measures. There are conditions that is attached to it. And the prepaid system also, you pay what you use, basically.
Yes.
So there are some basic charges that 357, I think, basic charges
Those
that.
are just for rates and taxes.
Yeah, rates and
for
taxes
example,
monthly.
right.
So that is being paid as you buy.
Yeah.
So what we said, some instances, people sometimes don't afford to pay all this, even if it's prepaid. Then we have said that we keep it below 1,000. If any account hits 1,000, then the services will be closed or suspended. So that's basically what we do. And obviously, that education, civic education, house-to-house consultations will be done, because we have to educate these people now from not having paid a cent to starting to buy own water. That's a total life change.
Yeah.
So as the council and as the PR and the team that is assigned, we will have robust trainings and educations for the people not to fall back into the trap.
You mentioned that, you're hoping that the handover will happen before Christmas. I'm assuming you don't have a specific date set, but who have you invited to be a part of this event? Because there's planning involved, of course, I assume.
As excited as we are, we would want our president to be there. So we consulted with our governor, and the governor's office is now trying to get the president there, because he was the last person to sign this cabinet decision into power. So we are provisionally expecting our president, if not, then a high-ranking government official. Of course, our Honourable Minister Erastus Utoni, which played a vital role, because he was the one to present our case to the cabinet. Also, the Minister of Finance, because he was the one that instructed the Treasury to write off. The Prime Minister's office, which was also, so we are expecting a lot, and our people are so excited. They are jumping around, and they have started cleaning around their houses, and we have a provisional date that we got from the governor. Once confirmed, it is provisionally the 15th of November that we want to hand over these houses. So that is the provisional day, and we are going to have a very big festival so that we can enjoy and celebrate it.
Christmas. This Christmas must be different.
Is there final remarks from you?
Yes, like I said, this Christmas must be different, and we aim that the Christmas in Rehoboth must be different for these people who never owned property. So, like I said, it's huge. So we want to thank our governor as well as the presidency and cabinet for having made this a reality. And I especially feel very honored to have been part of this and making this happen for Rehoboth people.
Omake to the Rehoboth Town Council. These are the type of community developments that we love hearing about. Thank you so much for being here this evening. All the best for the final planning.
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
us.
Well, there you have it. When we come back after this brief break, the Daily Roundup continues. Do stay with us.